What is up, guys, and welcome back to episode number 43 now of the Leeds United Career Mode. Kick this episode off by showing you the league table. You can see we're currently sat in 9th place. Not too bad at all. I think we've been around 9th place for the last few episodes now, so it's nothing new to you guys. You can see how the table is changing in this Premier League season. Spurs and Leicester joint top at the moment on 51 points. But the top four at the moment sits Spurs, Leicester, Chelsea and Man United. So it's a fairly realistic-ish top four in terms of that one, apart from the fact that Arsenal are not even in the top five. They're down in 6th, I think. Palace are making up the top five. So at the moment, I'm pretty happy with how we're doing, considering the fact that, yes, like I said, way back, I was a bit disappointed with the way we started, but I've got to look at this season as a stepping stone and a building bridge. I've got to look at the fact that we've been able to sign 4 quality players on pre-contracts ahead of the next season, and if we get the funds for the next season, we will become a force to be reckoned with in this Premier League. I can't wait to get the next season underway, and as soon as we bring it to you guys, it will quite possibly be the season that makes this Leeds United team here for us at Elland Road. I can't wait for it. I know you guys are going to be stoked for the next season. We're obviously in Season 2 at the moment. That will be Season 3 when it does come around. There's only probably about another 5 or 6 episodes after this one before we do reach that Season 3 stage. So you can see the squad board as well. If you want to check out any of the players, just simply pause it on whichever player you want to check out. It is a little bit sped up, so you're going to have to do it at the correct time. The reason is I don't want to spend 4 or 5 minutes of the episode just showing you the league table and the squad report. So that's the reason I sped those both up. You can see as well, we're going to be doing a number of training sessions here quickly. We had like a 2-week period where there was no games. I think it was the international break. So we do get a lot of training in here. You can see as well, Donnarumma almost an 81 rated goalkeeper. Very nice to see that we have a nice bit of growth coming out of our Italian youngster there. But obviously with the fact Leno's coming in on the pre-contract, I don't know what we will be doing in terms of choosing the first goalkeeper. If Donnarumma keeps the growth that he is, then I will be sort of considering keeping him in the side as well as Leno. At the moment, I'm a bit unsure what to do, so let me know what you guys think I should do in the comments down below. Do you think I should stick with Donnarumma when we do in fact get Leno, or should I make way for Donnarumma and let Leno into the side, or should I keep swapping and starting between them both and just have them alternating goalkeepers? Or, on the other side of that, I could get rid of one of them and it'll bring a nice bit of funding into the club to be able to spend on new players. So let me know what you want me to do down in those comments below, and I'll read what you guys tell me to do. So the first game of today's episode, though, we did take on the other side that were promoted with us in the form of Aston Villa. Obviously, the 3 sides that came up last season from the Championship were us, Villa and Norwich. And out of the 3, we are currently doing the best out of all 3. Very nice to see the fact that we are able to win games, but not only that, we have drawn a number of games in this series, but the fact we're drawing them and not losing is making me very happy indeed. And the fact we've conceded the least amount of goals in this Premier League season so far is also a massive bonus, considering we don't have that great a defence here at Leeds United. But at the same time, I've seen a lot of people in their career modes as well having the fact that they aren't conceding many goals. I don't know if it's the fact that the AI is just quite not there yet in terms of attacking ability. It was obviously patched in the last patch on FIFA 17, but whether or not FIFA have completely patched it, we'll have to wait and see. They may release another patch to do with the AI tendency to go forward and stuff. So that could be something upcoming in the next patches, and maybe we won't have as good a defence as we do here. But at the moment, we are doing pretty well defensively. And Villa would have the first chance in this one, actually, coincidentally, 9 minutes in. And defence not good enough there as they managed to get the strike away, but thankfully, it was fairly poor and straight into the hands of Donnarumma in the goal. So 38 minutes in, we did get our first chance on the board as well. Pablo Hernandez, nice work from the number 19, gives it off to Augusto. Augusto into Joel Green. Lovely work chance here as Kamaru gets it in the area, fires his strike goalwards, but it comes agonisingly off the bar. I couldn't believe it. It was a really nicely worked chance, I have to say, but the fact we weren't 1-0 up in this game, I was extremely disappointed. As Kamaru again into the second half now, causing even more problems for Villa, running at this Villa defence. They don't like it when you run at them in this game, and El Ghazi there gets his strike away, but unfortunately it's just wide of that post, and it took us right until the 81st minute of this one before another chance fell, but it did fall our way again. Felipe Augusto into Kamaru, turns exceptionally well in the box, fires his strike goalwards, but it's a very good save from the Villa goalkeeper, which could have got us 3 points here. If that ball goes in the back of the net from Kamaru, we are looking at taking away 3 points here, but unfortunately it just wasn't to be, and in the 90th minute, Villa could have stolen the full 3 points away from us as Vertu into McCormack, obviously formerly of Leeds, gives it off to Jordan Ayew. Jordan Ayew then somehow managed to beat my defence, poor defending from me in the end. However, we put him off balance just enough so his strike went wide of the post. It was an extremely poor finish, in all honesty, from Ayew. I think what it was my defender putting him off just enough to make his effort really poor, in all honesty, but it could have been even worse for us there. But we did manage to pick up that point away from Villa Park, so a very good point indeed. Yes, we've one of those games we should have possibly won, but like I said to you guys, we're in the point of the season now where I don't really mind us losing or dropping points because we don't really have too much to play for at the moment. I don't think we can get into a European spot in the league because I'm pretty sure we're too far away to do that, sat in 9th place. So at the moment, if we win games, it's great. If we draw games, I'm not too disappointed. If we lose them, all it will do is just hinder my confidence in terms of playing. But at the same time, as we do have nothing to play for, it really doesn't matter. As Donnarumma goes up to an 81, a goalkeeper, there you go. So we do have an 81 rated goalkeeper in the side. Just as we sold Lafont, we've already pretty much replaced him with just someone just as good. And this is a part, sorry, where we did have a number of training sessions. I said it was the other one, but I actually was wrong. It's this part where we have a number of training sessions. We are looking as well at El Ghazi possibly going up to an 80 rated right winger, but we obviously play him up front, so he would be an 80 rated striker. He could quite possibly be the third player to become an 80 rated player. On top of that as well, De Siglio is also almost 80 rated as well. I think he might have actually hit 80 during this episode. I think I'll show you. It might not be this episode, it might be the next one. But at the time of me recording this as well, he is an 80 rated player. I don't know if it was this episode or if it's one upcoming, but he is an 80 rated player. So if El Ghazi gets to the 80 rated player attribute-wise, then we will have 4 players in this Leeds United side come the end of the season that are 80 rated, and that would be absolutely phenomenal if we could do that. Donnarumma is actually almost an 82 rated goalkeeper. Only just 81, but he's almost so close to hitting 82 as well. I love the growth in goalkeepers. I don't know if you've ever tried it. If you've promoted a youth goalkeeper and trained him and trained him and trained him with the training little system that you can do, you can get some mad growth out of your goalkeepers. It's absolutely insane to see. The fact that we've signed Donnarumma and he was only 79 rated coming into the club and he's already almost an 82 rated and we only signed him in January is pretty mental if I do say so myself. So, we went into the second game of today's episode against Crystal Palace here. They're one of the sides to have beaten us in this Premier League season. They absolutely tore us to shreds last time we played them at Ellen Road. So I was fingers crossed not going to have not going to have the same performance that we put in against them at home. We did have to go over to the Palace Stadium. I can't quite remember what it's called off the top of my head. It'll come back to me as soon as we go back into game. And yeah, it's just one of those things. But we did have to go over to, I do believe, Selhurst Park. That's it. There you go. I mean, it's just, yeah. We went over to Selhurst Park looking for a better result than what we had at home against Palace. Obviously, Benteke on the day was absolutely unbelievable for them. They tore us a new one there, and honestly, we deserved to lose that game. So I came into this one thinking, if I sit back and just take my time with my chances and don't try and rush anything, because I think that's probably what made me lose the last game here against Palace, was the fact that I was trying to rush into too many chances, rushing to tackles. So I basically set it up to say, go to counter-attack and just see where we can go with this game and see if I can get myself a foothold in the first half. And if it's still 0 at half-time, maybe I'll switch it up. But you can see the two sides on your screen when they do pop up. It's two very good sides, I have to say. Palace's side is obviously very good because they are sat in the position of about 5th or even 4th in this Premier League at the moment. So they do have a very, very good side here. Franco Di Santo as well at Palace, formerly of Schalke, I do believe. The Argentinian went to Schalke from Wigan. So he is in the Palace substitute bench today. That was our side as we did take on Palace, looking for a better result than last time, like I said. 3 minutes into the game, Chris Wood, a nice hold-up play from him, gives it off to Alex Iwobi. Iwobi back to Wood. Wood inside now to Jackson, who actually played on the day, one of the youth academy players. Gives it into Sacco eventually. It came back from Ronaldo Vieira into Sacco. His strike, though, was well saved by the Palace goalkeeper in Steve Mandanda, but it could have been Palace 1 us 0. Another through ball, in all honesty, it just tore me up a new one. I don't know where my defence went. Johan Cabaye had the chance to take the strike on, he did, but it was straight at Donnarumma from the Palace man. And into the 39th minute, we could have got another goal for ourselves here. A very nice through ball, but unfortunately, Chris Wood just didn't beat Mandanda to the ball quick enough to be able to lift it over the goalkeeper. He ended up hitting his effort straight at Mandanda in that goal, and it kept the score at 0-0. But Benteke, I don't know if you've tried doing this, guys. It's so OP when legendary difficulty. Shield the ball like this. It's so difficult to make a tackle, and Benteke mugs me off. But thankfully, his strike is extremely weak and into the hands of Donnarumma. 47 minutes into the second half now. Chris Wood turns on the edge of the D there, gives it to Ronaldo Vieira. Vieira into Kamaru, for thought it was offside. I tried to do the low-driven shot, but I ended up low-driving it out wide of the post. So eventually, it was extremely poor from me, and it's a wasted chance there. 57 minutes in. How about that for a pass from the Palace man? And it should have been Palace 1, Leeds United 0. But thankfully, he dragged his shot wide. So he could have easily been down a goal in this game. Could have gone either way, this result, in all honesty. But into the 90th minute we go. Sacco steals the ball on this right-hand side off of Townsend. Iwobi into Vieira. Wood made the run, which actually dragged the defender into the middle, which allowed Vieira to run into the space that was vacated by the Chris Wood run. And the young man put us 1-0 up in the 90th minute of the game. So, like I said, it doesn't really matter about results in all honesty. All we're fighting for now is league position and obviously pride. If we can get a top 10 finish, that'll be absolutely phenomenal. I'll be over the moon with a top 10 finish in the Premier League, and we may just do that, thankfully, through to a Ronaldo Vieira 90th minute winner at Selhurst Park. Absolutely unbelievable strike from the young man. Kept his composure, kept his cool in front of goal, and struck us to give us a 1-0 victory in this game. And it was going to be a 1-0 victory because it was pretty much the 90th minute. The referee blew as soon as the kickoff was taken. And as you can see, Ronaldo Vieira, sharing two of the greatest names in football, gave us the full 3 points away from Selhurst Park. So we probably should have had it at Villa Park. We didn't get it there. But we did manage to go to Selhurst Park after a very poor last game we played against Palace, and we managed to get a victory in that one. So it's 1-1 at the moment between us and Crystal Palace. And the next team we will be playing was actually going to be Manchester United. Obviously, we played United way back. It might have been the second episode or the second game into the Premier League season, where we travelled over to Old Trafford to take on the Red Devils. We got very unlucky in that game to give away a penalty, and in all honesty, I didn't feel as though we deserved to lose that game, but we did lose that game. So we've just settled the score against Palace, in which we ended up coming back and winning that game against them 1-0. So it's 1-1 in terms of the two teams that have won. We then were looking to settle the score here against Manchester United. They have obviously beat us earlier on in the season. I want to beat them in this one. I want Ellen Road to be bouncing. I want us to get a victory here against one of the biggest rivals for Leeds United in football. If we can get that here at Ellen Road, I'll be over the moon. You can see the side we just played named there. If you didn't quite catch it, you'll see it pop up in your screen in a second. However, the Manchester United side, I have to say, is an absolutely unbelievable side. They have so many good, talented players in the form of Pogba, obviously Ibrahimovic. They have just got so many good players in this United side. So in terms of the two teams, on paper, United have a much better side. And as you can see, they're sat second in the Premier League table. So in my opinion here, I was thinking, this game matters. This game really matters. Not only is it for pride, we could potentially stop Manchester United winning the title. Although they are 3 points behind Spurs at the moment in second, if we beat them here and Spurs win their game, Spurs go 6 points clear. So we could stop Mourinho's men from winning the title, and I would love to do that if possible here. You can see the Manchester United lineup there on your screen. They have obviously pretty much the strongest possible team, apart from Rooney and Zlatan are on the bench for them today. Still a very strong team. You know, they have a number of players there that I would have loved to have in this Leeds United side. They obviously have Lukaku as well, a man that they signed for around £56 million back in season 1, I think it was, that they signed him. I remember there was the summer window just gone, the first season that we got into the Premier League. The first chance of the game, though, fell 6 minutes into it, and it fell our way as well. Again, much like we went to Old Trafford, we controlled proceedings at Old Trafford, but we're very lucky there. We controlled proceedings here early on at Ellen Road as El Ghazi got into an unbelievable position, but sent his effort off the post. And at this point, I couldn't believe it. I held my head in my hands, and I was thinking, if that goes in, we're off to the perfect start. And it took until the 66th minute before anything really happened in this one. El Ghazi involved yet again, holds off the defender. It was actually Pogba in the end he was holding off. Gives it to Costinha. Costinha to Kamaru. Kamaru into Joel Green, and surely you're thinking 1-0. But our youth academy player sends his effort wide of the post. He took another look at that to see how close he was from actually putting that ball in the back of the net. I couldn't believe it at the time. I was so angry that he didn't put that ball in. But El Ghazi here with a chance to make it 1-0. A fine save from David De Gea, though, 74 minutes in, kept the score at 0-0. From the corner, we whip the corner in, it comes out, gets punched out by De Gea, straight to Pablo Hernandez, takes a strike on, and De Gea yet again is there to deny us the goal. So we're controlling much of the proceedings here at Ellen Road, just like we did at Old Trafford. But just like we did at Old Trafford, we concede an absolute stupid goal here. Very poor in the end for me. Herrera gives it to Mkhitaryan. Mkhitaryan goes down the left-hand side, puts it across, not dealt with by me in all honesty. Don't know what Donnarumma is doing coming out for that one, and Paul Pogba has the easiest tap-in of his life. Oh, it was actually not even Paul Pogba, it was Lukaku. I thought it was Pogba, it's actually Lukaku, but I don't quite know what to make of that, in all honesty. The fact that we concede a goal like that and we're possibly going to be losing the game here is so agonising, and the fact that that is probably going to be the winning goal makes it even worse for me. And the fact that it came against Manchester United is just even more of a blow for us, as Lukaku almost makes it 2-0. His effort is blocked by us, but Eric Bailly, for some reason, playing in that advanced position, sends a strike straight at Donnarumma, and as you can see, we were defeated by 1-0. So 2 games so far in the Premier League season against Manchester United, in which I felt we deserved to get something out of both games, and we've lost both of them, which is very annoying and very frustrating. I feel as though we controlled proceedings in both those games, and the fact that we've come away with no points from either of them is very unfortunate. But so I suppose, like I said, it doesn't matter where we finish now. It's all about pride, and we're just playing for a higher finish in the league, and I guess losing that game is not terrible. If it was an important game, or if we were playing for something, I'd have been much more annoyed. But we are coming towards the end of this episode. If you have enjoyed this episode of Career Mode, don't forget to smash that like button. Thank you so much for the support you're showing on my channel and the series. I've been Danny, and I'm out. Adios.